5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the New World podcast, Loreseekers to Aeternum, a show dedicated to Amazon Game Studios' MMO, bringing you both an original story of a traveler and his creation of a company in Aeternum. Join us on this journey of suspense, intrigue, and mystery, seeking lore, life, and the pursuit of all who threaten it. Welcome to Aeternum. Thorpe may have taken your left eye, and for that you find yourself grateful. Grateful because your right eye was that of the dominant. You had grown up from wherever you came from, hunting with a rifle alongside your father in the thickest of woods, to bow hunting the quickest of birds with your mother. Your eyes had been your gift, and now your eye would be your survival. Before you lay a musket, inlaid with star metal armament, ornately wrapped in the wood of a woodward tree, almost a blue and white camouflage of a tool. As this moment almost stands still to you, you drop to a knee, your right hand finding purchase in the trigger guard, and your left resting beneath the front sight post. Lucky for the Consul, you had been trained to be ambidextrous, now forced right-handed to serve your right eye. You remain in the kneeling position, knowing a stronger base would make your aim truer, and in one harmonious beat, Ulfmer's warhammer crashes down across the beast's left shoulder, breaking the armor and freeing Sulyce to duck away from the initial block. Cassius casting a mending aura from his staff, curing Sulyce of the blow, and as Flick propels himself in the air, you pull the trigger, dislodging the bullet from the musket's end, and your keen eye impossibly following the bullet through the smoke and haze of the room. The bullet passes by Cassius's right ear, soars above Ulfmer's helmet, and rests in the forehead of the monster, its skull cracking from the impact, creating an opening for Flick to land with all his might with the end of an arrow, now a dagger of sorts, piercing the beast's brain. Time and space now begins to move regularly, as the beast falls to its knees, collapsing with all its weight face down into the ground, lodging the arrow further and through the back of its head. The five of you take a cohesive breath. A quick glance around you confirms an appearance of safety, and Sulyce turns his gaze towards the door from whence Thorpe left the chamber, and shield bashes the door off its hinges, welcoming in the first daylight you have seen in several days. As you begin to walk outside, your eyes throb in pain from the glare, a white blanket coming over you, but your eyesight begins to return, revealing perhaps one of the most beautiful sunsets you have ever witnessed. A small pond rests to your left, and a goat, oblivious to the peril you had just faced, stands lapping at the water. Had the thunder in the chamber truly been this suppressed? Or more horrifically, had this been such a commonplace that even the nature of Aeternum was used to the chaos? Deep down in your soul, you knew the truth was the latter. You observe the Consul approaching the pond, disarming themselves of their gear and weaponry, using the water as more of a bath and a washer to clean themselves, giving the goat a reason to pause and stare. Oh sure, that got the goat's attention. This place continues to elude you. Having the musket still in hand, you approach the others, and you begin to thank them, Sulyce cutting you off with a finger pointing to the sky in front of your face as to pause you. Our new friend, we do not thank each other. We do what we must. Our bond is our strength, and our thanks is more of an understanding. We never thank, and remembrance for those who never had the chance to thank their Savior who failed. You did well, our friend. Your aim, impressive. I fear you'll be needed on our journey back to camp. But while we rest, pray tell of your findings while under this thorp. You proceed to echo what you had heard in the previous days, the details blurry, but there was mention of a sole survivor who had embraced the corruption in his moments of weakness, that of which you were only assuming was this thorp. Of most importance, however, was mention of a box he was after, something that had driven those in the prisons mad with vitriol, and something that this Isabella was seeking. Upon mentioning her name, Sulyce stops you again, confirming that he had heard the name correctly. If this is truly about Isabella and her box, I believe Thorpe may be the answer. Perhaps it isn't time for camp just yet. Our new friend, you have been our listener and the closest we have come to learning about Isabella. We don't believe they are working together, but Thorpe might be the key of knowing where she is and what is in this box everyone and everything is after. Will you join us? Having nothing left of who you were, you recognize who you are now and nod in affirmation. Flick, having crafted you a shoulder strap from fibers and torn leathers, anchors your musket for you on your back, pats you on the shoulder with a wink, and begins to scout ahead. This will not be easy, my friend. Be prepared to give some, and accept you may give all, for this island is not kind to wayfarers. We have already seen the dead rise, the earth move, and the sky bleed. Together we have a chance, and the truest way to survive this place is to seek the truth and uncover its people's lore. We call ourselves Loreseekers, in pursuit of knowledge and understanding, and a reality absent of both. Welcome into our ranks, Seeker.